Welcome to CognitionChunks. This information is for entertainment only. I am not trained in philosophy. Is this useful? Is this nonsense? Join me as I attempt to learn from GPT. Here is the key figures of ancient pre-Socratic philosophy according to GPT. Episode 4, Pythagoras of Samos. Welcome to our deep dive into the enigmatic world of Pythagoras of Samos, a monumental figure in the foundation of Western philosophy and mathematics. Born around 570 BCE on the island of Samos, Greece, Pythagoras' life and teachings offer a blend of myth and profound intellectual achievement. Early life and influences. Pythagoras' story begins with his extensive travels in his youth, which took him to places like Egypt and possibly Babylon. These journeys exposed him to diverse mathematical and philosophical systems, profoundly shaping his intellectual pursuits. Later, he settled in Croton, in what is now modern-day Italy, where he established a community that was part philosophical school and part religious sect. This community, known as the Pythagoreans, was notorious for its secrecy and strict adherence to the teachings of Pythagoras bound by secret oaths. The mystery of Pythagorean teachings. Despite his lasting influence, Pythagoras himself is not known to have written any texts, and his teachings were primarily transmitted orally. This has led to significant challenges in distinguishing his original ideas from those developed by his followers. The secrecy and collective ownership of ideas among the Pythagoreans have only added layers to this complexity. Key contributions and ideas. Let's unpack some of the critical contributions and ideas attributed to Pythagoras and his school. Pythagorean theorem. Although the principles of the Pythagorean theorem were known before his time, it remains his most famous association. This theorem states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This fundamental geometric principle has been a cornerstone of mathematics ever since. Philosophy of numbers. Pythagoras elevated numbers beyond mere tools for counting. He and his followers viewed numbers as the essence of all reality, believing that they held the key to understanding the cosmos. This led to profound insights, including the concept of the harmony of the spheres, which suggested that celestial bodies produce a form of music through their movements, reflecting mathematical ratios. The tetractys. This symbolic figure, made up of 10 points arranged in 4 rows, represented the harmony of the universe to the Pythagoreans. Each point corresponded to a musical ratio, reflecting the distances between celestial bodies and embodying the mystical significance of numbers. Concept of harmony. Pythagoreans explored the relationship between mathematics and musical harmony. They discovered numerical ratios corresponding to intervals of musical scales, influencing the future study of music theory. Cosmology. Pythagoras proposed that the Earth was spherical and that the planets followed specific paths, influencing later astronomical models. Transmigration of souls. Pythagoras is also credited with introducing the concept of the transmigration of souls, or metempsychosis, to Greek thought. This doctrine posits that souls are immortal and undergo a cycle of rebirths, inhabiting different bodies over time. Ethical living and purity were central to Pythagorean practice, partly because of how they were believed to affect the soul's journey. Lifestyle and community practices. The Pythagorean community lived according to strict rules and practices, which included dietary restrictions, such as abstaining from eating beans, communal living, and a focus on ethical, religious, and philosophical teachings. Pythagoras' influence extended beyond mathematics and philosophy to encompass a way of life that sought harmony with the universe through a blend of scientific inquiry and mysticism. This lifestyle was not merely for discipline but was a fundamental expression of their quest for harmony with the universe, blending scientific inquiry with deep mysticism. Legacy and impact. Pythagoras' influence extends far beyond mathematics, impacting the development of Western philosophy, science, and religious thought. His work laid the groundwork for future intellectual traditions and continues to be a subject of fascination and study. Conclusion. Pythagoras remains a figure of intrigue and inspiration. His blending of mathematical rigor with mystical and ethical considerations offers a unique legacy that challenges us to see the universe through a lens where everything is interconnected through numbers and patterns. This exploration into Pythagoras' life not only sheds light on the origins of many modern scientific and philosophical thoughts, but also connects us with the mystical aspects of ancient intellect. Whether you're a math enthusiast, a philosophy aficionado, or just curious about one of history's great thinkers, Pythagoras' story is a compelling chapter in the history of human thought. Thank you for joining us for another Cognition Chunks. There is way too much to say about Pythagoras for just one episode. We will continue down the rabbit hole of Pythagoras in a new playlist and then return to this series. Please like and subscribe.